Hey everyone! So today is the 26th of October. Halloween is upon us, and I have to admit, we have done nothing aside from checking out Mickey's Not So Scary, and you already saw that vlog. We really haven't had like a moment to like sit down and we haven't decorated our house or anything. I figured today is the day I'm going to change that. Little man just got home from school. We did his homework already. I need some pumpkin bread. So that's what we're doing right now. So I don't have this recipe in a cookbook. I'm getting it off of Martha Stewart's website, but there it is. I think you can see it. I've never made this recipe before, but I read it over and it sounded like it was gonna be pretty good. All the right flavors that I want, so let's get started. Little man's gonna help me out, so we're getting out his tower. Look at that, man. You used to not be able to do that. I already went ahead and buttered my loaf pans, and I got the oven preheated to 350. Go ahead and add the sugar to the bowl of our pumpkin. So we've got 1 can of pumpkin
look
puree.
I'm going like a circle.
Okay. So that's 1 15-ounce can of pure pumpkin, not pumpkin pie filling. And to this, we're adding 1 cup of granulated sugar. What?
We're gonna make a waterfall.
Little pause here because I'm trying to instill good cooking habits, baking habits to little man. He licked his hands, so he had to run and go wash them, right? Right, next up we've got 1 cup of dark brown sugar. Oh, good. And it is now the next day. Yes, and I slept in the shirt. Yeah, so the last thing you saw, Caleb and I were starting to make our pumpkin loaf, and you know, I'm only going to come clean with this because I like being honest with you guys, and I think you all get it. But little man yesterday he was kind of all over the place, and he decided he wanted to be a little goof, and we're trying to get him to curb the potty talk. It's become a little bit of an issue, and I think yesterday he was trying to like test some boundaries and stuff. And as much as I wanted to be like, I'll just ignore it and deal with it later, I want to vlog, I was like, no, I need to put the camera down and I need to be a parent. So I had to have a little talk with him, and then he didn't want to do this anymore. So I decided to just cut the vlog for the night and let's just focus on the family. But little man is now at school, so now I'm gonna pick up where we left off. We did make the pumpkin bread. It turned out so good. Like I said, we didn't vlog it, but I did capture a few little shots here and there throughout, so you can kind of see the process. I'm going to link the recipe down below in the description box, so if you wanted to try your hand at it, let me show you. Here they are. You saw the loaf pans. It makes a good amount. You get 2 loaves, and this is like a standard size loaf. I don't remember the dimensions exactly, but we did dig into it yesterday. Now, the recipe that I've linked below also has a video to it, and the big thing with it is that I guess when most people make pumpkin bread, it comes out soggy, or like a soggy bottom, or it doesn't cook all the way through. This recipe is specifically designed to fix that problem, and it turned out great. Here it is. I'm gonna cut myself a little slice. I'm doing this one-handed, sorry guys. Oh, you know what's funny? After all that I just said, I do see a little soggy part, like right here. It's kind of a weird spot for it to be, right? Oh well, the rest of it's pretty good, and we don't have the soggy bottom, so that's good. This is so good. Now, it's very different from like the Starbucks pumpkin loaf, if you've ever had that before. Theirs is very good too, but it's really sweet. This is much more subtle. I like it a lot. I think this would taste really good with, like, if you warmed it up for a little bit and then spread a little butter on it. Oh my gosh, it'd be great. But yeah, that was our bread. And right now we're trying to clean up a little bit, and I left this out. We made our Mickey waffles for breakfast last Saturday. Of course, this is still sitting out because I take forever to put anything away. But we always get a lot of comments when I post the picture on Instagram. This is it. This is the waffle maker. And as you can see, it makes 3 Mickey waffles at a time. And then when you rotate it, you've got another 3. So actually you can make 6 at a time. And I love it because this is, in my opinion, I don't know for certain, but it's like exactly what they serve in the parks and at the resorts in the mini size, because they're nice and thick when they come out. But I got this on Shop Disney, and it wasn't very expensive. I want to say it was maybe like $75. Now, what's funny is that they actually sell this now at Williams-Sonoma, and you can buy this version, but they also have a stainless steel one that looks really cool. I actually like this one better though. But as it is the last Friday before Halloween, this is the last weekend, Steve's been a little annoyed with me because I haven't decorated the house yet. And the reason being is because I wanted to vlog it. I'm like, I want to vlog it. But then, you know, all the vlogs we've been pushing out have not been home vlogs. So I'm going to do that today. It's about lunchtime right now. I could probably get a good amount of it done so that when Caleb comes home, it'll be a surprise. It'll be like all the stuff's out. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry. I'm like not focusing properly because we have some really big news. We've actually got two things of big news. One Disney related, one not. I'm sorry to do this to you because I can't tell you what it is. I think it's gonna be the next video that drops. But yeah, my mind is kind of all over the place at the moment. Been catching up on some chores and I did some vacuuming, but the first thing I want to decorate is, oh, sorry, it gets so dark. You know what's so funny? I feel like we have the darkest house ever, and it's like, we do not have sunscreens on our windows. I take them off during the autumn and winter months. So this is just pure sunshine. It's just our shades. Well, plus we have the awning from the patio. I don't know, it just blocks so much sunlight. But anyways, I want to decorate up here. I always got my inspiration from the store in Disneyland. I think it was called Le Baton Rouge. That's their version of like the Memento Mori, the Haunted Mansion store. But I'm going to decorate a little scenescape up there. But first I need to clean it. Okay, I got the first couple tubs of Halloween stuff out. I'm not kidding you guys. We've got like literally like 6 of these. Just Halloween. Just completely full in our garage. But I think these are the 2 that I used to decorate the top of the TV cabinet. And we got the bowl cleaned along with the top, and I try to be economical with this kind of stuff. I want to decorate the top of that, but I don't want to be in a situation where I then have to find some place for this bowl. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back up there just like upside down and use it kind of like as a riser. Okay, what I was looking for wasn't in the first 2 boxes, so I had to go back to the garage and get everything. So we've got 5 giant boxes. This is just Halloween, by the way. Christmas is a whole other wall in our garage. Okay, I think this is everything I put up on the cabinet. I also have some books, which I'll show you later, but I use this Haunted Mansion throw. I love it because it's got this fringe, and I try to dress the cabinet up so that the fringe hangs down. And then I got these really cool candles. I think I got these a couple years ago from Target in their value section, but I did still see them this year, so they still sell them. And then we've got like a classic skull, and we got these crazy, like a crow here or a raven. And then these are really cool cages I got. Again, I got these quite a few years ago from Michael's. Yeah, so let's set this all up. All right, and here it is. I started to do like one of those like time-lapse things, but I would have knocked my camera over. But here is the finished composition. So we've got our bird cages up here and our candles. And like I said, I like to drape this. You can't really see it because of the black screen, but I like the fringe to hang down. And then these are old books I have. They're actually new. It was a book club I was a part of where they sent, it's like the world's greatest books ever written, and they're all leather bound, and they're really, really beautiful books. I haven't read one of them. I just use them as props. And here it is all lit up. I went ahead and put an old movie on so you can kind of see the fringe hanging down. But yeah, it's all lit up. I think it looks great. What do you think? The only thing is, I might have to redo it because I forgot I was going to add my new black flame candle sign to this. Back to the drawing board. All right, I got the sign in there. I don't want to fiddle with it too much because I think it looks really good as it is, but yeah. Okay, never mind, I changed it. I didn't like the sign kind of like just junked back there, so I made it actually front and center, especially because I had some dead space at the front where the fringe doesn't extend because the fringe is only on the ends of the blanket. So I put it there, and then I just added some more spooky bottles back there. So yeah, it kind of gives it just like an old spooky, like, I don't know, witch's lair, a spooky apothecary kind of a look. I don't know, I love it. Okay, next up, we've got these. We've shown you guys these before, but these come from the Disney Gallery quite a few years ago from Disneyland. This one here is a Nightmare Before Christmas candelabra. It's one of my favorite pieces. I went ahead and opened this window shade so we get some more light, but here it is. So next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dress it up. Again, I'm gonna use those books. In that book collection, I have books like Dracula, Frankenstein, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So those work perfect there. The only problem is I cannot remember how we got this plugged in last year because the plug is right behind my desk here. This thing weighs like a metric ton, plus it gets stuck in the grout lines. So, I don't remember how we plugged this in. Okay, I have to admit this has been a hoot vlogging this day because I'm actually, it's hot. I'm cleaning. I'm decorating. So I've got the new Taylor Swift 1989 going blasting throughout the house. So I have to keep stopping it when I want to vlog. But oh my goodness, you guys, I am so OCD. Do you hate cords? I can't stand cords. I will do anything. I will take the extra step to hide cords. So this is what I'm doing now. So I must have used an extension cord and Velcroed like the actual, like whatever this is called, like the outlet to it. But I think what I did was I just took an extension cord and like dragged it down here because there is a power strip inside the desk. But last year, I don't think I had these. If you didn't know, I'm a huge movie buff and I'm a collector of physical media, Criterion collections and all that. So that's what these cabinets are. And so what I think I'm gonna do, I have to snake this cord because that's the little power switch. So I have to have that. But I think I'm gonna tape it down to the sides, have it run down here, and then I can take the cord and plug it in right there. I think that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I'm like obsessive. Like I can't stand cords hanging out. So I think that's my best solution. It's plugged in, it comes out through here because I have to. We have to have the switch there. But then I have it all taped down and coiled up on the top here, and then I have it taped coming down the sides. So all you see is that little piece, and then it plugs into the wall. So, but look, once you close the door, because it's got like a frame, oh my gosh. Oh, my OCD is satisfied. Oh, I almost forgot, and you probably want to see what it looks like lit up. It's hard to see right now because of the sunlight, but yeah, they light up. And like the candles from earlier, these have a little flickering effect, so really cute. Okay, next up is our Jack Skellington wreath. How cute is this? I love this piece. Kind of bummed out though, because we didn't do a very good job of storing it last year. I noticed it when I pulled it out, but the ribbon is all crunched up, but oh well, it's fine. You know, that's the great thing about Halloween decorations, I feel. If they get a little dusty or they got cobwebs, it actually just adds to the effect, right? Oh, and then over here, I showed you guys this when we first bought it. We got this at Spirit Halloween. It's just a bunch of hocus pocus. I put that on our front door. I shared this on our Instagram, but we found these at Spirit Halloween, little haunted mansion pictures. I love them because the frame is really, really nice. And it's kind of like a canvasy print. When I saw them, I was like, I have to have these. Yeah, and of course, you know me, they're hanging by command strips because I refuse to put holes in my wall. Okay, and even after that, I feel like we haven't made a dent in this, but I'm starting to get a little tired. Excuse the mess, but over here, so this stuff, I usually decorate our bookshelves and kind of make them haunted bookshelves. I'm gonna have to figure something out because Steve picked this up the other day at Hallmark. How cute is this? It lights up, and then these are this year's Hallmark ornaments. It's a whole set, and I will actually let Steve show you how this all works, but they're all interconnected, so when you hit one button, they take turns doing something. All right, and then we've got this last one here, and I think this one is my favorite. All right, a little bit of a detour here because when I pulled the pieces out, this piece, the little piece, was broken. So I was kind of bummed out. But I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's an easy fix. So I got the glue out and I was holding it down, not realizing it glued itself to the paper. So when I took it off, I've now got, the seam was almost invisible, but now I've got like paper residual there. So it's like, it's always something, right? But here it is. This was actually the first piece we ever bought when it came to like Nightmare Before Christmas style Halloween decorations from Disney Gallery. And it is still my favorite. But as you can see, it's kind of like I don't know, like a finial top of something you'd see like, I don't know, on the top of a fence in the graveyard in Nightmare Before Christmas. I think it's adorable and it lights up, as you can see. Now this one doesn't have the flickering effect, unfortunately, but let me turn off the lights real quick. Okay, hopefully that helps. But as you can see, the candles are lit and then there's a light coming out of the jack-o'-lantern's face. So cute. I have to say though, I think this is the piece that moves around the most in our house, but I thought it would work really nicely in our entryway table this year, so that's where it's going. All right, Steve is down here now.
Yeah, busy day at work, but I came down just for a bit and saw the complete transformation of our house. So
I don't know about that, but I just got a few things out.
It looks good though. I love it. I love the way you decorate for Halloween. It's very like a Mystic Manor kind of approach, haunted magic kind of thing. I like it. So anyhow, Still a couple hours left to work, so by the time I come down, it'll probably be all transformed.
We'll see. I'm getting very tired. Steve just mentioned something. Do you guys remember the story about the gargoyle statues? Well, there's a part 2 to that now. For those of you who don't know this story, I'll fill you in really quick. We were vlogging one night. It was the night before a Disney trip, and Steve, I was very stressed out, as you can imagine. And Steve made a comment as to like why we needed so much space, why was I packing so much? And I made this kind of just like off the cuff comment like, well, what if we buy a statue or something? And he made it this thing. He's like, why on earth would we buy a statue? That's the goofiest thing ever. Well, literally just a few days later, we walk into Memento Mori after a ride on the Haunted Mansion, and there was a gargoyle statue. That's what the tag actually said. And of course, we wound up buying not one, we bought 2 of them. It was such a funny thing, and it was very well received by you guys in the comments about bringing home a statue on your vacation. Like I said, we got 2 of them. We lost one on Caleb's birthday. So this is just on the landing of our 2nd floor. It's a really beautiful piece from Ethan Allen, and I've decorated it with, as I mentioned earlier, I've got all these books, and then we've just got some like Disney paraphernalia kind of scattered around here. We've got like the Haunted Mansion clock. This is a really cool collector's piece. We got this at Disneyland, again from Disney Gallery. It was for, I think it was the 45th anniversary. We've got some stuff. It's like I said, it's a little cluttered right now. It's not really dressed the way I like it, but more Haunted Mansion stuff. And then down here, this is one of my prize pieces. This is an old, well, it's actually new. It's from Crosley Radio, but as you can see, it's a cathedral style radio like they would have had in like back the 1930s or something. And it actually works. It's outfitted with Bluetooth. And so what I usually do is I put a little scene here and I play old time spooky radio programs, like the horror episodes. So if people come up here, because we do have a guest bathroom down the ways, there's a little bit of horror everywhere you come in our house on Halloween night. Oh, and then one more real quick. We got these again at the Disney Gallery. We ordered these off the kiosks. And so as you can see, they're the stretching portraits. We've got 2 here and then 2 here. And they're really nice because it's kind of like that printed canvas, and then they're nicely framed. One thing I love about them, and if you have a keen eye, you can see they're not the exact images that are currently in the Haunted Mansions. These are actually the artist renderings. And so I thought that was so cool. I had to have them. And I think they flank our bookcase really nicely. But let's get to this gargoyle. So we decided to put the gargoyles up here on either end. They're really cool. They're really heavy. Well, so to give you some perspective, there's a gargoyle here, and there had been one on this end here. And then down the hall is Caleb's room. Well, when Caleb was having his birthday party, there were kids running amok all over the place, as can be expected, but they had balloons in their hand, like helium balloons. And when they ran, one of the balloons caught the gargoyle and it came crashing down. And as I mentioned, this thing is so heavy. Thank God no one was hurt. It fell right here, and as you can see, it kind of dinked our floor. But here it is. I haven't had the heart to throw it away completely, even though there's just no salvaging it, unfortunately. But yeah, this thing isn't too heavy. It's the base. This thing is a beast. And like I said, I am so grateful that none of the kids were hurt. But yeah, a casualty of a 6-year-old birthday.
So I believe that Mike said that he was waiting for me to come down and talk about the new Hallmark ornaments that we got. They're super cool, very excited when I saw them, but of course they're hard to get. They're like sold out everywhere. We were able to get some, not all, but I'm going to show you what exactly they do. So for those of you that are fans of Haunted Mansion, much like we are, this is the Disneyland one. And actually, this is not a part of this ornament set. The one that's actually part of the ornament set is the Walt Disney World version at Magic Kingdom. This happens to be a part of like their village collection, but I just thought it was kind of cool. Now moving over to the ornaments, they have 3 ornaments here, and then it's, like I said, it's missing the Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom version of it. When that one actually does arrive, hopefully we can get it, it'll actually play the entire sequence and sounds, obviously coming out of each of these ornaments. But give you an idea, Caleb loves this one.
Serpents and spiders, tail of a rat, call in the spirits wherever they're at. Gobblers and ghoulies from last Halloween, awaken the spirits with your tambourine. ring the bell. Give
Give
us
us
a
a
hint
hint
by ringing the bell.
That's it. That's how you do it.
Pretty good, bud.
Dad, now you have to copy it by yourself.
All right. And then, of course, each of them kind of does their own thing. Now, when it does get connected, each of them come in automatically, as they should, based on how you would actually go through the ride. And I love that the candles are even flickering. I'm not sure if that's coming through, but Hallmark is so awesome. They think about everything. And then there's... So cool. Love it.
All right, so it is quite a bit later.
It
we
is.
picked up Caleb from school.
We have great ambitions that we're going to do a lot, but the
I know.
second Caleb comes home, like, we are dedicated to him. So,
Yeah.
like, the whole, like, house and everything falls apart because we're just entertaining that kid, which is what we should be doing.
Right.
But anyhow, we have just, like, a little bit of a break here, but I think that kind of wraps up just the initial, like, decorating of our Halloween house,
I
right?
think so, yeah. I think what we got looks really great. I think it's fun. I think we got all the big stuff out
Yeah.
that we want, so...
It is a little bit late in the season for us to decorate, but
Right.
we've also had a very crazy October. But
Yes.
we are a Halloween house. We've been watching the movies. We've been doing all that stuff. So we're very excited about that.
You weren't here, but I made a comment that we have some big news coming.
We do.
But we don't want to jinx anything. We don't want to, and we're not getting another kid, you guys. We
No,
always get
it's
that
not.
comment all the time.
Yeah.
We're not getting another kid. But we got two pieces of news. One of them's Disney related. The other one isn't. But I don't know, maybe in the next video we could do both.
The next vlog will likely
Yes, that's what I mean.
be the announcement of these things.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
I think it'll be fun. But you know what? I know this vlog is probably getting a little bit long, but people have been begging for a home vlog and they love to see you make a cocktail.
Okay.
Do you think you could make us, in the theme of this video, do you think you could make us a Halloween cocktail?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It's going to have an old-fashioned riff on it, but
Well, of course.
that's what I am.
All right, let's do it. Steve is getting everything ready and he
Yes.
tells me he doesn't want me to shoot it from this side.
It's far more aesthetic this way, but I get it. This
Right.
is life. Like this
It
is.
is,
This
yeah.
is. This
Here,
side
let
of
me
the
show
table-
this. This was an assignment Caleb had where we had to make a tree and he got to describe himself. You guys, this is how Caleb described himself. Silly, smart, friendly, and a helper. Like, talk about, like, I just love this kid so much. Okay, but Steve wants me to film
No,
this
it's
way.
fine. Film me any way
It's
possible.
fine. It's good. It's
All right, so we're gonna make a harvest old fashioned.
Okay.
So what makes it harvest is gonna be an apple brandy. So I'm gonna start off with a rye. You want a rye because I think it helps cut through the sweetness of that bourbon a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna do 2 ounces of this.
He's always going so fast I can't catch
I
the shot.
am. Oh, sorry. Then you're gonna add 1 ounce of the apple brandy. This goes a long way, so just be careful with this.
Like, it's very sweet?
No.
Oh, it's strong?
Very strong. Brandy in general is very strong. I don't know if you remember this, but you remember we went to 11 Madison Park in New York,
Yes.
and they left us with an apple brandy bottle.
I do remember that.
and
yeah.
as like the dessert, like, here, enjoy as much as you want.
They
We're like,
gave us an entire
the
bottle.
whole bottle. We're like, you're giving us a bottle, we can have as much as we want. We had like 2 sips.
Yeah,
It's
I couldn't
so
do it.
potent. It's ridiculous. So we pour that into the mixing glass.
Okay.
We're gonna add a little bit of Demerara syrup. Demerara is, Demerara sugar. If you don't have Demerara available, then it's basically 2 to 1 sugar to water if you're gonna make your own simple syrup. We're gonna do a 1/2 ounce of this. We're gonna add 2 dashes of Angostura. 1, 2, and this is gonna be where we change it up a bit. So we're gonna add 1 dash of Mexican chocolate bitters. I read this in a cocktail book called Death & Co. and they say like mole or Mexican chocolate bitters kind of like just laces up the cocktail. Like it just kind of makes all like the rough edges a little bit more smoother. So only 1 dash because it definitely, you get that flavor. Stir. So you may have noticed, Mike definitely has noticed, that I have improved my plain t-shirt
Oh,
look
gosh, here we go.
with some jewelry.
Do you guys like the necklace?
So, like, I read it like GQ and stuff like that. Like the plain black T-shirt or plain T-shirt in general thing is a thing. Like everybody's doing it nowadays, which is great.
I think it looks nice.
It's also very much like Steve Jobs. Like you just wake up, you don't have to think about it. You put a shirt on, you look good, everything's fine.
Okay.
But GQ says you might want to dress it up a bit. So I'm doing this. So what do y'all think? What do y'all think? I know what Mike thinks. I can see you formulating your thoughts in the background. So to not perverse everybody's opinion, let's wait to see what they think, Mike. All right?
All right.
All right, good. Okay, so admittedly with some preparation, I probably would have done an apple garnish on this, or maybe a dehydrated apple to garnish it. Obviously, Mike just told me
I sprung this on
5
him.
minutes ago that I'm going to make this. The garnish is a big cube, and we're going to spin it. Look at that garnish.
Nice.
So beautiful. Yes. And we just simply strain and pour the cocktail on top. And you should have those rich apple flavors with the brandy mixed with the smoothness of the rye. And this, I think, is going to be a great harvest old-fashioned that you get to try.
Okay, and this is like a drink for Halloween. So
Yes.
if everybody at home wanted to make a cocktail for Halloween, this is the one you recommend.
Absolutely. All right, in your Jurassic Park shirt.
I was just gonna say I'm gross.
No, you're not. We are. So
Well, I confessed already earlier that I was wearing this last night.
you know, we
I
realized
slept.
ever since COVID, both of us work at home.
Yeah.
And the day gets away from us.
It
Like,
does.
It really does, because we start activities, we do our things, and then all of a sudden, like, it's the afternoon, we have to pick up Caleb, and
Yeah.
everything else just like catches up with us. But I digress. Jurassic Park. What do you think about the Harvest Old Fashioned?
It's good. I like it.
Just good.
I have to admit, I wasn't paying attention to the ingredients and all that stuff. I was just keeping everything in frame when I was filming. So, what makes this harvest?
The apple brandy.
Oh, okay. I don't.
So it's an apple forward Old Fashioned.
Okay, now that you said it, yes.
Yeah.
'Cause I was gonna say it kind of tastes like an old fashioned.
It should.
But okay, yeah, I like it. It's good.
Yeah, so everybody always makes fun of, like, you know, a riff on an original. This is a riff on original, and but you know, frankly, the brandy kind of stands on its own a bit. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Very
good. So we like that.
Yes.
We're good.
And with that, I think we are going to end our vlog here. This has been a productive day.
A very productive day. A lot of work done around the house.
Yeah.
Work done for me. Brought out the necklace for you all to see again, and obviously a great cocktail. So I think we've had a good day.
I think so too. Well, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And from our magic family to yours, enjoy.
Enjoy.